Hi guys, I'm so glad you are back. It's about time. Time. What is time? Have you ever wondered what it is or how we can measure it? How about we learn it together? Let's start by going back thousands of years to primitive Earth, where our ancestors, the cavemen, lived their lives peacefully. They didn't know what time was, but through observation they could understand that when the sun started to set, they should look for a shelter to hide, because it was really dangerous to stay outside in the dark. And this is how human beings started worrying about the passage of time. For many years, men and women just knew day and night, light and dark. But there came a time when an important question was raised. In order to keep track of the time they had left before the sunset, they wondered, how long does a day last? The Egyptians were the first people who tried to answer this question. They observed how the sun moved across the sky and thought, this certainly means the day is passing. We must measure this phenomenon. The Egyptians were great at measuring things. And with a stick in the sand, they observed how its shadow moved as the sun changed its position in the sky. And when they noticed the shadow move to a different place, they would mark it with a pebble. This way, the Egyptians could tell when the sun would set. And it was thanks to this discovery that the first sundial was created, and it was called gnomon. Aha! Let's not forget that the Babylonians also contributed to this discovery. Those guys were very good at science and math. They used the same sundial that the Egyptians had invented, but it wasn't enough. There was still something missing. And so the Babylonian scientists got together, observed the gnomon, and discussed, it works. But what about this moment of the day when there is no shadow? So when the sun is right in the center of the sky, it means half the day is gone? Yes, exactly. That it is midday. And from then on, the Babylonians started to mark each moment the gnomon moved. So there were 6 marks from the sunrise to midday, and 6 more marks from midday to the sunset. 12 marks? Ha! So it's 1 mark for each hour. And this was how they started to measure the hours of the day. Then, they just had to apply the same logic to calculate the hours of the night. And voila! They concluded the day had approximately 24 hours. Does it sound familiar? Yes! The clocks we use today are very similar to the Babylonian clocks. But still, it wasn't very practical. So it's been a long path of discoveries to the wristwatches we wear today. There were the water clocks, hourglasses, candle clocks, all different methods with the same purpose, measuring time. It wasn't until 1656, when the Dutch physicist Christian Huygens invented the first pendulum clock, whose system included a pendulum and gears that almost never failed. Now everyone could tell the time during the day or even at night with much more accuracy. It's thanks to all these past discoveries that today we have so many different types and models of watches. You just have to pick the one you like better and that adapts to your style. Wearing a watch will help you ensure you are always on time. And remember to make time for our next class, guys. I'll see you then. Bye!